Hey everybody, welcome to Sync 2023. We are at the Trade Show Expo today with Vicky from Seasons Photography. So thank you so much for joining us today. Are you having a great time so far?
Yeah, it's really good.
Awesome. And I saw you brought your hubby with yesterday, so that's good. What's he doing today?
He is doing nothing, reading a book.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. So Vicky, for those of the people that are watching along today that have not met you or haven't seen some of your YouTube videos that we have on the Whcc page, tell everybody who you are, where you're at, and like what you like to photograph.
I'm Vicky Hultman. My business is Seasons Photography. I'm in Rice Lake, Wisconsin, and I like to photograph families and seniors and headshots.
So for those of you that have spent some time digging into the Whcc YouTube page, you will recognize Vicky from a redesign series that we did with her in 2020, which seems like a really long time ago now. But Vicky was actually the first person that we worked with on that level, and we did the installation, did all the videos and all that stuff, and it was an awesome experience, I would say, for all of us. It turned out really well. So tell us a little bit about that. Now, I realize it's been almost 3 years. In May, it'll be 3 years. What was the immediate impact that happened after you did that redesign?
Well, first of all, I just want to say, like, having gone through that experience and having had you guys helping me with that sort of felt validating as a photographer. So it helped me in my own self to see myself a little bit differently. But from there, yes, having portraits on the walls, being able to show, you helped me redesign my studio and how I displayed the images on the walls and different collages, because I like to sell wall collages. Yep. And that's been great, because people come in and see it and they can point to it and say, I want something like that. Yeah. And then we can talk about that, how we're going to go about that.
Right. But that was really I would call it like the icing kind of on the end of the adventure, where you really like I would say you were a good student. You dug in, you redesigned your pricing, you redesigned your marketing, your sales approach, like all that stuff. I can remember one conversation we had, and I told you had to, I think it was, I was making you flip your room around and paint, and you're like, oh man, my husband's gonna kill me for doing all this stuff. But ultimately the finished project was really cool to see. And it's fun to see how your business and to hear how that changed your thinking about yourself a little bit. So now that you're almost 3 years into it, what's the next plan? Are you ready to change it up again to kind of figure out what's the next phase? Or are you really comfortable where you're at?
I'm ready to change it up to a degree. Like, I need to tweak what I'm doing. Every year I have things I need to improve in how I'm selling and how I'm preparing people for ordering portraits for the wall, and pre-answering questions for people, anticipating what that question's going to be and what the need is, so that they understand that I'm going to sell them portraits for the wall. It's going to be done when they walk away. So I'm not handing them a USB. I want them to go away with portraits. Right.
And I can remember that was really your original, I wouldn't say concern, but that was one of your topics that you brought to me. You're like, Matt, I'm having a hard time with people just coming in and they're just assuming that they're going to get the files to take with them, and I don't want to do that, And the studio really is a representation of somebody walking in, seeing the art on the wall, and like, oh, this is a different experience than 98% of the people out there, and it's going to be awesome, and we're going to spend some money here. So when do you get into your busy season? When does that start again for you?
A portrait starts in June, July, June. Yeah.
Depending on when the snow melts?
Depends on when the snow melts, yes. Yeah.
So you start in June-ish, and then are you going to be doing some fall things into Christmas again?
Yeah, I roll through like November, December, and then maybe finish some stuff in January, and then it slows down a little bit. I'm working on that, though, because I want to start doing something else. I had like headshots or something in there.
Yeah, awesome. Well,
Headshots Plus.
Headshots Plus. Yeah. That's a good way to look at it. Well, we really appreciate you and the friendship, and thank you for doing the interview. I know that it's probably not your favorite thing in the world to do, but you did a great job. So awesome. And thank you for joining us, and we will be back with you shortly.